Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Canucks. My name is RevTrev, and I'm so glad you're here because tonight we're going to be talking about the Canucks versus St. Louis Blues home game for the Vancouver Canucks. This is the post-game show. This is the big loss tonight. Hockey night in Canada. It was the early game, and a lot of people were asking, why is it an early game? Well, let me tell you, everyone, because the Canucks are dead last. And tonight, the Edmonton Oilers play Kucherov and the Tampa Bay Lightning, which Tampa Bay is considered a contender for the Stanley Cup. Now, the Oilers might make a beautiful run as well again this season. They've been into the finals 2 years in a row. But if you just want to, why did Vancouver play at 4 o'clock and why? Because Edmonton and the Lightning are literally going to make the playoffs. And St. Louis, Vancouver, who wants to tune into that other than St. Louis and Vancouver? The rest of the country is not wanting to tune in to watch this kind of a game. And in all honesty, it wasn't really a great game. It was, the Canucks end up making it close, but the way the Blues started was in the way of they looked decent, and then we didn't look good at all. They just looked like the better team, but they allowed us to hang around. And you know what they say, just let us hang around, and then they're going to find out. Well, they didn't find out. They didn't find out. Okay, and so there's a lot to this. We're going to talk about a number of things tonight. We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about former players. We're going to talk about. We're going to do a tankathon again, so don't miss that. It's going to be, it's just going to be one of these videos you want to stay here for. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the like and subscribe, everyone. If you like passionate, realistic, and honest Canucks content, I'm your guy for that. I'm your guy. And hit the like and subscribe, everyone. That would be awesome. Okay. So the biggest question I need you to do tonight, what's the biggest reason why the Canucks lost this evening? Okay, post it in the comments right now, whether you're watching this later or you're watching this live. Honestly, your honest take, I want to hear it. I want to hear it from you, and we're going to dive into it. Now, let's get into this game. I want to show you some of the things that I noticed, but, we should have lost 3. We should have been. They should have been up 3-0. But is it Snuggerud? Is that how you say his name? He ended up high sticking, so that didn't happen. But P.S. Suter scores. Of course, it's going to be who's going to score for St. Louis. It's going to be P.S. Suter, right? P.S. Shooter, as a lot of us used to say when he was in Vancouver. Now, interesting thing that came up. He got paid, right? He got paid, and the fact is he scored 25 goals for us last year. And you know what? It's interesting because we're like, well, we should keep him. We should keep him. Guess what? He's on pace, for his league average of 14 goals a season. Maybe I should bring that up before I kind of make sure I say crazy stuff like this. But be a Suitor. Let's just look this up real quick as I'm saying that. I'm sure because that's what they said on the broadcast. So he has 11 goals in 52 games this season. He basically in all of his NHL career, he scored in his rookie season with Chicago. He scored 14. He scored 15 with Detroit, 14 with Detroit, with Vancouver 14. Last year in 81 games, scored 25. And this year in 52 games, which he's missed games due to injury, he's only scored 11. So he's just on pace. He could get another 3 goals and get his 14 average. It's 14 or 15 goals, except for when he came to Vancouver. The second year in Vancouver, he ended up scoring 25 for us. So maybe we don't spend the money on him. Let's think about that for a second. Let's not spend the money on a guy who's going to score us this amount of goals. Now, some of you are like, well, the rest of our Canucks are terrible. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. Okay. But if you look at the Canucks, for example, maybe I should bring this up instead right now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see the team roster. And where is it? Standings, stats. Here we go. Okay, so we'll bring this up instead. Okay, we'll stop sharing this one, and then we'll get back into it because I think this is probably more interesting regarding than the actual game itself. But if you look at a guy like Brock Besser, for example, 61 games, only 16 goals, and you're like, listen, you're paying Brock Besser $7.25 million a year, and that's all he's scoring. Well, Pettersson's making 11.6, and he's only got 15. But if you look at the goals, okay, why doesn't it do that? Okay, excuse me, this cough is still here. So, but Brock Besser's the number one with Drew O'Connor, tied for number one at 16 goals. This is why we're dead last. Our top goal scorer has 16 goals. Pettersson's at third with 15. Jake DeBrusk, 14. Linus Karlsson, I should say, is at 13. And Evander Kane's at 12. Listen, Pius Suter would be the tied for seventh best on our team right now. And I mean, that's just not good. You do not want to pay a guy that much money. Now you might say, hey, listen, we're playing Marco Rossi $5 million. Well, technically you didn't pay all of it because he played in Minnesota for most of the year as well. Plus he was injured for a long time. He's only played 36 games. He's got 9 goals. And he's making $5 million. So when it comes to Pius Suter, it's like, why do you want to pay a guy that much money? Well, you don't. The answer is you don't. So I think I saw a guy come in my comments and he said, listen, RevTrev, we should have traded Besser and paid Pius Suter. Really? That's what we're talking about here. Pius Suter got $4.15 million for the next 2 seasons. And I don't like that idea. He's not making his money, everyone. I mean, yeah, he does, but we don't need another guy who doesn't produce great numbers. And but I guess $4 million is not a lot of money. Just another guy, and you're trying to develop people at this stage. So yeah, should we kept PS? Maybe. I don't know. Is he worth $4.1 million? Probably. I mean, obviously the comment about Brock, that one makes sense, right? Should have kept him over Brock. Okay, that's fair. 7.25, yeah. For 4.15, that's it. Yeah. We're not getting the return right now from Brock. Things are starting to heat up though, so he's just started looking a lot better, and we'll give him that. Okay, we'll give him that. So I know I spent a bit of time on there with that one, but let's get back into the post game comments here, because whoops, of course, why would I put the exact same thing up? Oh yeah, well that makes sense, right, RevTrev? Absolutely. Okay, no, seriously, stop screen. Come on, it's not your first stream here, RevTrev. Alrighty, where are we at? Here we are. Okay, so Pius Suter opens the scoring on a deflected shot. Buchnevich scores another one. Lankinen falls down, and that's hard to stop it. And then Buchnevich scores it, cross ice pass, hits it. Actually, quite a bunch of skill to score that one. And then Hronek's goal. Let's look at that one right now, real quick here. And can you see it well? Let's just see. Yeah, you can. So Hronek at the top to EP40. This is on the power play, and then you go back to Hronek, and what a nice goal. So it's Elias Pettersson, Rossi, and we're gonna do it again right here. So Besser to Rossi, little pass over to Hronek, which that doesn't make sense. So if you pass it from Rossi to Hronek to Pettersson back to him, no, there's no assist by Rossi. That doesn't make any sense. It's the last guy to pass you the puck. It's not like the third guy, right? Am I out to lunch here? This doesn't make any sense. Look, watch this again, okay? So Besser to Rossi, Hronek to Pettersson. Now, it doesn't come back to Rossi, okay? And it goes here, there, and the goal scores, and that's over. So it's just a Hronek, Pettersson. I don't know why they have it there. And then Jordan Kyrou gets the empty netter, and if you have him in a hockey pool, you're happy. But he didn't play that great tonight either. All right, let's quickly look at the side stats here because this is semi-important to the outcome of the game. 21 shots on goal at 15. Like, I do think the Canucks should apologize to the fans for having this kind of effort. Honestly, 15 shots in a game. The other guys only shot 21. We should be winning this game. That's what we should be doing. We had 29 face-off wins compared to their 14. It's weird because the Canucks, we either we either have great face-offs or just like so mediocre. There's no like, it's just so frustrating watching this team. 29 face-off wins, and that's way more possessions for us, more opportunities, and here we are. They only had 14 wins on the face-offs. We did score on the power play, which is a huge bonus for us because we have a real difficult time doing that. And they scored on it as well. So we were 50%. They were 33.3%. We out-hit them by 8. We had one more block shot. We had one more giveaway. And they had 5 more giveaways than us. And if you look at the season series just on the right-hand side here, let's just bring it up. St. Louis beats us 5-2, October 13th. Vancouver wins in shootout 4-3, and then St. Louis beats us in regulation 3-1. So they win the series lead. And the tankathon is on. Now, interesting, Buchnevich gets the game-winning goal, so he gets first star. Hronek gets the second star for scoring the only goal. And Snuggerud, I don't know why he gets the third star. But let's dive into that. Let's see what Snuggerud did there. He did a whole lot of. Well, he was on the ice. He was 0 for plus minus, 0 penalties, 19 minutes and 30 seconds, 21 shifts. He had 5 shots. Okay, 5 shots, 2 blocks, 1 giveaway, 1 takeaway. I don't know. Is that how bad this game went? Why wouldn't you give it to P.S. Suter? Oh, because it went off his knee and went in. That's why. I mean, couldn't have you given it to Binnington? Oh, yeah, they only saved 14. Yeah, I guess. This is the worst. Like, you're giving it to a guy who got 5 shots on goal. That's basically what you did. Wow. There was so little to pick from. Oh, this is disgusting. In all honesty, everyone, this is gross. This is absolutely gross. But you know what's not gross? And I'm just tired of losing, so why don't we just eat a cheesecake? Does anyone here like cheesecake? Because I do. And this is one of those ones from Costco. And they're just delicious. So I'm tired of losing. So let's just dive into this bad boy. That makes you always feel a little bit better. You know, if your team loses, just get a cheesecake. Make one, buy one from the store, and just dive into this stuff. Okay, I want to dive into your questions in just a second. So good. So let's talk about Brock. Brock had some good moments. I thought he played pretty good tonight. I was at the Florida game on Tuesday night. He had 3 assists. Didn't think he played well. Great that he had the assists. Glad he got on the stat sheet. Glad he contributed. But his play, his effort level, quitting on plays was not good. But tonight, I didn't notice that with him. Tonight, I thought he played a lot better. There's a lot more solid. I thought the Ogren line, or not Ogren, the Bro line looked pretty good. It was deemed at the beginning of the game as the number 1 line in Vancouver, which was super interesting. I guess we should look into those stats as well. Let's dive into that real quick. Is that oops? Is that the case as well? Look at the numbers of, so Besser gets 19 minutes. Pettersson only had 15 minutes, everyone. Ogren had 15 and a half. Rossi had 17:41. Carlson was by the way, Coach Foote doesn't make any sense. Höglander, again, not on the top line with Pettersson. They play well together. This just in, Coach Foote. Jeez Louise. Drew O'Connor's on that line, 16 and a half. Yeah, so if you want to say who played the most, it's Ogren, Rossi, Besser line played the most. They had the most shifts. They had 22 shifts. O'Connor had 22. Pettersson had 20. Carlson had 16. So, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say, right? Not a lot to say there. But Tom Villander getting 4 blocks. That's impressive. Hronek had 3 hits. He had a power play goal. He had 2 shots. He had 2 blocks, 3 hits. Good game by him, of course. There was a lot going on there. I loved that they gave everyone a lot of playing time. Mancini, the lowest of the 3. That was kind of crazy. Lankinen was not bad tonight. I mean, there were some moments where I'm like, eesh. But you know what I mean? Like, this is what we're going to get with this roster, guys. This is what we're going to get with this roster. And we're in a rebuild. I get it. I'm one of those things where I'm like, it is what it is. It's tank commander moments. It's just supporting the tankathon. You know what I mean? Oh, it's frustrating watching this team sometimes. Because tonight, even though the score kind of made it sound like it was close, and it technically was at the end, it just didn't feel close when you're watching it, you know? Now, having Douglas back in there, and he almost took Broberg's head right off. Saw him last second. Good thing he got out of the way, because it was nasty. Well, if he had gotten that would have been a highlight reel. So, yeah. So, but Hronek was awesome tonight. I thought Höglander played fine tonight. There was just a lot to talk about. So, yeah. So we're going to dive into your comments. We're going to have one more bite of the cheesecake while we do that, and we'll get there. But it wasn't a great night. It wasn't a great night. It was kind of a boring game. It was another loss, and we're going to get into a tankathon as well. So I want to stop sharing that. I want to get into the tankathon moment right after we come in here. After the promo, I'm going to do the tankathon. I'm going to get into your comments. Can't wait to dive into that. Okay, we'll be right back. All right, everyone, 3-1 loss to the Blues. We're going to dive in right now to the tankathon. Looking forward to seeing what we get. This is what it's all about. Losing equals winning. That's where we're at. So we're going to dive in. We're going to reset it. And we're going to go. We're just going to do one because it's just like real life, right? Doing one. 3, 2, 1. Are you kidding? The St. Louis Blues just get the first pick, and they pick Ivar Stenberg. McKenna goes to Calgary. This would be the worst draft of all time for us. Worst draft lottery for us. And getting us Keaton Verhoff. Seriously, talk about insult to injury. They knew that we were playing them. didn't they? They knew that we were playing them. This is ridiculous. This is seriously so stupid. What are the chances that St. Louis gets the first pick and then Calgary stays at second and we go to third? I just did a video with Jeremy from Jay Corgi. You can follow him on, I think he's on, well, I know he's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. I think he's on X. I don't know if he's on YouTube or not, but he did a draft video with me regarding Carson Carls. And look, he went 6th there, according to the Winnipeg Jets, according to this NHL mock tankathon. Malhotra, where is Malhotra on this list? Oh, he goes 8 to the Kraken. Vigo Bjork goes to the San Jose Sharks. That would be brutal. Daxon Rudolph goes to the Kings. Ryan Lind from the Vancouver Giants goes 13 to the Washington Capitals. Oh, my goodness. This would be. And then Calgary gets a second pick. Gets a second pick at 17. And what do we get? We always get the same guy. Oh, no. We went double defenseman. Wow. I think the Ruck Twins are going to actually start going higher, guys. Going to go higher. I don't think this is realistic. Let's just go here. Vancouver gets... I haven't even seen anything on this guy yet. I don't even know if he's good. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. That's awful news. All right, forget it. We're just diving into your comments here tonight. That's what we're going to do. I need a break. Stuart is in the building. Good to see you. He was predicting a 5-4 win, but he didn't get that right. We had a 3-1 loss. That's crazy. Marcus, good to see you. Good evening. Montreal did spank the Islanders. It was crazy. Donut says that he misses Suter. Mark says lack of everything is the biggest reason. Just praying to the hockey gods we get the first round overall pick. Yeah, it'd be nice to get that. Japan's here. Man, Caulfield had a hat trick tonight. 43 goals for a $7.85 million player. Must be nice. Must be nice. Suter is a beauty for sure. I saw him chirping with Big Hog a bit at the opening faceoff, and it made me smile. Suter might have played differently on the Canucks than he has on the Blues. It's impossible to compare, really. It's true. It's impossible to predict. Hindsight 2020. It's just guessing at this stage. Japan says our top scorer on this team is a fourth liner on every other team in the NHL. I know what you're trying to say. I respectfully disagree because it was Brock Besser is the top scorer on this team, right? Are you talking about goal scorer? Yeah, it's bad. Why isn't Kudryavtsev getting into games? Who are you going to take out? Which defenseman are you going to take out? Right? Well, which defenseman honestly are you going to take out? We just signed Mancini. Thought the game started at 7. Richard, I don't know why you thought it started at 7. I was telling everyone for days. I came in. Lock in? Absolutely. I got to lock in. Same. It said 7 p.m. on the schedule when I checked, and I got a notification at 3:50 the game was starting. At 7 p.m. Eastern time. Maybe you saved. Maybe they would have won if they started at 7 p.m. I kind of thought they might come back at the 10-minute mark of the third, but they just couldn't. They had an opportunity to. Hope you are well, Trev. Yeah, I am. Hope you are well, Martin. Hope you're doing well, man. They played pretty good at the end. I'll agree. I just hope the tank doesn't keep showing up each season, only one monitor. No, it's going to be tanking for 2 years at least. Last night I was ranting. The Canucks could have made the right trades last season and could have gotten grittier players. That's why I was disappointed. Instead, they tried to get mid-skilled players. True. Snuggerud gets his third star because of his best name in hockey, right? Oh yeah, the cheesesteak is really good. Well, you for sure don't need to worry about losing weight eating that. Well, I know what you're saying, but I actually have lost weight, and I'm very proud of that. But people could still have a little treat here and there for sure, right? St. Louis cupcakes, not cheesecake. St. Louis cupcake pucks. Okay, cheesecake from Costco ain't bad. The Costco carrot cake is good too. Probably the only carrot cake I like. Really? There's a lot of good carrot cakes, but right. Hey, RevTrev, I think the last 2 players to touch the puck, other than the scorer, will get assists. The scorer can't be counted. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand why that was great. Speaking of cheesecake, how about them Nucks? Prickvetti says Sir Douglas the Tall hit was nasty. It was. It could have been even worse. Demko can't save us until next season. It's true. If he plays at all. Captain Hronik was awesome. I thought he did play good. Alvin had a couple of seasons ago, should have recognized Alvin, and a couple seasons ago should have recognized they need to replace Zadorov at least. They should just sign Zadorov. That's what they should have done. Hronik has holidays in 2 weeks. That's an awesome one. Love that. That'll be comment of the day. Speaking of tankathon, pulling the goalie when the opposition has the puck is the ultimate tanking move. Genius tank commander. Terrible coaches. I agree. You know, if you want to win. Yeah, good point, man. Good point. This poll seems accurate. To be honest, yeah, you think the Blues are going to get it? Oh, Winnipeg gets Carrells. I don't mind. Yeah, that he's going to be good, man. Your tankathon intro picture should have a missile heading towards it with Alvin's face on it. Too much? Yes, it is too much, but that's hilarious because it's just a joke. Maybe not enough. Get some Mortal Kombat blood in there too. Ooh, okay, now we're going next level. I hope no Canadian teams make it past the second round. I want to focus on life for once. I'm not cheering for Edmonton, guys. I'm just telling you that right now. I'm not cheering for Edmonton. So it's Montreal or bust if you want a Canadian team to win. I'm not cheering for Edmonton, but you can. I'll cheer for the Wild. I want to see Quinn Hughes do well. I think Colorado's really good. Dallas is solid. Tampa Bay looks like they could win the cup. Let's see. Guess we're gone now. I mean, we're basically eliminated already, right? Roy says Canucks need to hire an actuary to prove that the hockey gods have it in for us them. Hopefully the hockey gods aren't listening. Yeah, it's like oh my goodness. I don't think there are hockey gods, but anyways. Well, the Montreal Canadiens look very good. I think they're going to make the playoffs. RevTrev for GM. Okay, I'm up for that. Just want Canada to win a cup. Even Toronto or Edmonton, I wouldn't be too upset. Go Habs, go. Yeah, I'm not there. Losing Quinn really killed the Canucks. Yep, this just in. Shocking news, right? This is our sport. The season's done now. It's been done for a while. Yes, changed my mind. Let's go, Canada. You can cheer forever you want. Not Toronto Maple Leafs, please. Their egos are big enough. Wouldn't hear the end of it for 100 years. That's true, Martin. You wouldn't hear it. They wouldn't stop talking about it for 100 years, for sure. I mean, we've come close for 56 3 times. So that's all we talk about. I know I should have looked. Yeah, I know. It's hard. I don't want Toronto to win, but it's better than Buffalo or Carolina or whatever. I mean, Buffalo's a cool story. Donut says they pass all right at the end, but couldn't get a prime prime slot pass for a good look in the last 10 minutes. And then Richard says, I remember married with children cherry cheesecake for Hair Bundy. Isn't it Al Bundy? But yeah, I don't remember that episode. I saw quite a few of them. I think Buffalo's a really cool story. It is a really cool story. Just a reminder, everyone. Let me just bring it up here while we can. I'm going to just find it here. This is going to be faster. Here it is. So I just made a cool video with Jeremy and Jay Corgi. Him and I did the draft special on this awesome player coming into the draft from the Prince George Cougars. Make sure you go check that out. That one is a good one. He had some great insights, really great insights. Okay. So go check that out for sure. Also, I just did a video as is Rossi the answer for at our second place or our second line center. Thought that was a really interesting one. I don't think he's going to extend his point streak tonight, but we will find out. And yeah, so these are one of the things I've been doing lately. And check it out. I've got that NHL Draft playlist that's there. You'll want to check out all those. There's so much going on. Okay, last few comments here. Quinn Hughes gets 2 points again. I mean, that's normal, right? Canada's drought was longer than Buffalo's. It's true. It's true. When are the next game loss going to be? I think it's Monday night. Let's see. Where are we here? St. Louis. NHL.com/Canucks. Let's bring it up. Next game. The schedule is Tuesday. Nope. Yeah, Tuesday against the Ducks. Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time, everyone. Pacific, not standard. They don't call it standard. It was a PDT, whatever it is. Yeah, 7 o'clock for the Ducks, and then they play Thursday against Kings. 28th, they play Calgary, and then we play in Vegas next Monday. Or 2 Mondays from now. So, yeah, we've got a couple days break. And you know what? We need a break. Listen, March Madness is way more exciting than that stuff, right? Hey, Tyler, good to see you. Forgot to message you back today. Looking to do a video with you. So that's why I was messaging you. I got one that I want to do with you, and I want to run it by you. So let me know. I'll let you know. I'll message you. Alrighty. Guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I just didn't like that game. I didn't like it, but I like talking to you. So that was fun. But I'm gonna call this a night. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. I'm gonna go watch some March Madness. I'm gonna do some work. And yeah, I hope you have a great evening. Believe in blue, tank, Canucks tank, and go Canucks go.